I was so excited because I went to an event that my friend Star Jones invited me to. It was yeah, this was really great. This was a private gathering of very successful women. And so this is just a picture of the people who were left partying because we didn't want to go home. But it was a full room, really, of successful women, and we were celebrating actress Vanessa Bell Calloway, who currently stars on Broadway in the hit Broadway, the Broadway play Pearly Victorious by Ossie Davis. And Rachel Oden, the managing director and head of Black Wealth Initiatives at JP Morgan. So she was honoring both these beautiful ladies. And so Star said she wanted to invite a lot of her friends who are very successful women. And I said, well, what you asking me for? And so, I did, because Star keeps asking me to go and asking me to go, and I never go. But John always gets on me to go and build relationships, because he's like, John's philosophy is you can't all of a sudden be asking somebody for something and you don't have a relationship with them. So I got off the couch and I went with just kind of a lot of anxiety going, you know, to be with these women. But I have to tell you, it was amazing being amongst women who are doing what they love to do. And because they're doing what they love to do, they're making money and are successful at it. But, you know, I go through this thing being transparent. I just always go, why am I here? I don't belong with whoever I'm with. So this is always like, it's that thing that's on your face when you step into the room. And these are women, you know, they got global businesses. Like Malak Compton Rock was there, and she was on the plane to go to Africa for her charity that she works, that she founded. Then we had Susan Taylor, the former editor-in-chief of Essence magazine. Susan Taylor got up and she was like, I want to quote a Nigerian author. And I was, you know, I was sitting here like, I ain't got no quotes, I ain't got nothing. If this would have everybody standing up giving these famous, I was like, oh my gosh. Then it was like Tamara Tooney from Law and Order. She's a director now and producer, but you recognize her from Law and Order. Simone Smith, the co-founder and owner of her own jewelry line, but you know her, she's also married to LL Cool J. And then we had a woman by the name of Catherine Chenault, who's a philanthropist and an executive and a lawyer. She's married to the former CEO of American Express. And so Star had all of these women get up to speak about why they love being there. And so, you know, I'm looking at these mega successful women, and Miss Chenault stood up and she started speaking, and I'm like, wow, she's so smart and she's rich and she is good and she is kind. And she stood up. And this is what she said. She said she was so joyful to be there amongst sisters. And she said, but I'm just fangirling because Sherri Shepherd is here. And she said, I never miss an episode. She said, I watch it every day. She said, what's going on with you and Cat Williams? Like, she watches the show. And she spoke about 7 minutes about how the Sherri show affects her life, and she said, you represent us well, and I'm crying in my food. And she said, she looked at me and she said, we need you. And I admired, and it was so many more women that I met, I admired these women so much. And it was crazy that they admired me just as much. And like I said, Star Jones has invited me to things like this for so long, but I stay home because I always felt like that's too much. I don't belong with these women. And meanwhile, they were telling me that I inspired them. So I say this to say, you never know who you're inspiring. But in order to know who you're inspiring, you have to get out of your comfort zone and show up. And the fact that Susan Taylor, after she quoted Njangi, something or the other, like she said, and Sherri Shepherd. And I was like, Susan Taylor, know my name. Oh my God. So really, it is something about getting out of your comfort zone and stopping that thinking that you don't belong, because if you want to be there, you do belong. You do belong, and saying that to ourselves. We belong.
We're gonna